Ready? Red 54. But hot. Ready, ready. Black 18. Black 18. Red 20. Hot. Down. Set hot.
You do better than that. Let's go.
Down. Ready. Hot.
Let's go.
Ready. Blue 30. But hot. Ready. But hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Let's get going. Come on now.
Here we go. Hot, hot, hot.
Get high.
Down. Hot, hot. Ready, ready. Blue, red 20, hot. Down. Set hot.
Take a shot now. Come on.
Down. Hot.
Get up, crowd. Get up.
Ready. Hot, hot.
Time to play. Start it up.
Ready. Red 80. Hot, 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 hot. Here we go. Hot, hot, hot.
Win the race.
And the Wolverines ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll bring it back. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Back to pass, it's Beard. Under pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
And that's something you're always worried about. The first drive, it's a good play by the defense, but you're worried about your freshman settling in a tough environment on the road, the crowd going bananas. Palmer, he makes the early mistake, and I look forward to watching this kid. How does he respond to some early adversity?
Yeah, he hasn't played in a lot of environments like this throughout his career. There's no question. So this is obviously a major challenge. If I'm the head coach now, I'm pulling him aside and I'm saying, hey, listen, interceptions are going to happen. Let's get that one out of the way now. Let's learn from it. Let's move forward. But as a play caller, you got to help this young quarterback out. Now, you have to run the ball. You got to find him some easy completions to get his confidence back.
So Michigan's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. From the gun. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much. The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. They've made it to the middle of the season, #1 team in the land, but now is when you have to work on staying there.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Impressed with them, impressed with offense, defense, special teams, complete unit so far. But Jesse, 7 games in, we ain't crowning a national champion.
No doubt about it. And listen, they've looked good for most of the first half of the year. Obviously, that's why they've got that number beside their name now. But when you're the #1 team, all that means is the games get bigger and bigger as you go. So still lots of meat on the bone for this team.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now on the counter. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to get it through the air. Touchdown, Wolverines! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your...
Hand it to the back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect. Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Going to try to get it himself. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Wolverines are facing 3rd and inches. Trying to slip through and pick it up. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Needs it. There he goes. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. And the Wolverines have their offense in high gear. On the ground with the counter. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number...
Throws toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Pulls it looking for a crease. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Going for 6. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
And they'll try it again after getting nothing on second down. It's third and goal from the 3. On the ground. He'll be stopped right there. They kept it on the ground on third and goal, and it did not pay off.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the...
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Turns it upfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. It'll be first and 10 from the 30. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Right down the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Back to pass on second down. Back's got it on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive.
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. The Trojans have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Working the middle. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. They're all over him. Looking for room at the 40. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
On the move, he fires. And that one's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Going for the big play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, that'll send out the field goal team. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash. A 59-yard try coming. Nice to have the doink work in your favor every now and then. Off the left upright and through. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Boston College, taking on the number 7 team, the Cal Golden Bears. And it's the Eagles coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten. Now over to your game inside the Big House. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the Big House.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Fires to the wideout. Swats it away.
Yeah, and great job by the linebacker understanding what to do in zone coverage. I drop, I take my steps. When that quarterback's feet get set, my feet get set. I break on the football. Nice break. Way to go break that up and swat it down.
They're working that left side. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Give to the running back. He's brought down at the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Just smothered on the play.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more.
He'll take a shot. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Working that left side. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, on a lot of third downs, tight ends can be a quarterback's best friend, but especially this guy. I mean, he's got a unique skill set catching the football. He could be the primary target, not just on this offense, but on offenses all around the country as well. And on that third down, really nice route, gets the separation, able to make the catch. They pick up the first, and they keep this drive alive.
Ready. Red 18. Red 18.
Quick give. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force a tackle for a loss.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12.
Black 14.
Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. Grabs it in the middle. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. After that last play, there is a Trojan who is shaken up on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Makes a grab. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he made the extra point without problem. That is what they mean. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Give to the back. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. This time they'll throw it. Nice play to knock that one down.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the... Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So thanks to the defense, they take over, big lead in hand, and an opportunity to run this clock out if they so choose. Defense all over him.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The give as they work on that clock. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Catches it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 30. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Working the ground game. He's past the sticks. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. And they get him on the ground, and that's going to do it. All game is over. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They play
Down. Ready. White 80. White 80. Hut.
Wants to throw one first. Back's got it on the screen. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on third down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that...
They bring the punter onto the field now. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Tradition a huge part in college football, and this rivalry has its place among the very best. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the counter. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got his man all by himself. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan is...
And the Wolverines are flying down the field. From the gun, the ground game. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And what a great job by the QB, man. Seeing the blitz, understanding I got to get the football out of my hands as soon as I possibly can, and he puts it on the numbers to his receiver where he can get those yards after the catch. Great timing, but more importantly, great job seeing...
They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. And he's not going to make it this time either. Another stop, and it's third and goal. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Drops back on first down. Fires to the middle. And they're not on the same page there.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Second down, gonna throw it. Fires to the right. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a third down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Not really looking to score threes. It would have been a 50-yard field goal attempt. The offense trying to convert on fourth down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but
decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Keeps it, looking for room. Kept it, and he's past the marker. Gets the ball right. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got his man downfield. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field, too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Firing deep. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense.
And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on fourth and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. The official says no good. And the lead remains at 1 after the miss. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Buckeyes, hoping that the clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 8-1 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC. Now over to your game inside the Big House. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Michigan State plays out.
Just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Fires to the middle. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
They'll run the screen. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, on that third down, the running back did a great job. He set up the screen, caught the ball, turned around, located his blocks downfield so he knew exactly where to go to pick up the first.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, Paul Bunyan trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies a bit, though.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're not talking about ranking trophies.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. That first punt was a beauty. They'd take another one just like it. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Shoots it to the left. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here. When it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, where the offense has to make the play, the defense has been...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And the defense comes up with the sacks. And this defense has been dialed in all day. Really, really good job. This offense is going to have to find something different, do something to try to stretch this D and make them feel uncomfortable.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Second and long here. They'll run him again. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1. Gets him out to the 5. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Selling the fake. Throws to the tight end. On target to the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. They go to the draw. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Nowhere to go.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the...
So here comes the Michigan offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Look out! Intercepted for the 11th time. Touchdown, Sparty! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that...
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Sells to run, looking to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. 2nd down to the air. He's taking a deep shot. And he is fine. And the Spartans ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Wolverines offense will get first crack at it here. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity.
The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking for a crease. There's some room. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
He's got the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Handoff from the gun. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Gets open down the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
Showing off the arm. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
That's the beauty of misdirection in the run game, right? You try to show the defense one look, and then you come back and hit them the other way when they're not expecting it.
And the Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Oh, he got loose. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Nowhere to go. Same song, 2nd verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Looking for running room. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Guys, these two have been showing contempt and disdain for each other for more than a century. First meeting back in 1898.
Yeah, and my goodness, you think about all the years, all the plays. You think about Mike Hart a few years ago. What was he talking about? Little brother. That stung Michigan State so bad. The hatred for each other is what makes this game so fun to follow every single year.
And I always feel in this game specifically between Michigan and Michigan State, it's the big-time players and the Heisman candidates that have always stepped up and made big plays. So I can't wait to see what the best players in this game are ready to do.
Every defense in the country talks about.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Blues 22 to you.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. No running room at all, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to... Touchdown, Wolverines! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. They'll send the back in motion. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Got his man on the right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Lets it fly. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
From the gun, the running back has it. He'll be stopped right at the 40-yard line, and do they dare try to convert from their own territory on 4th down? Timeout, take him. And the Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Wants to throw on 1st. Here comes the heat. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, and keep this drive rolling.
They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
It's been really hard on this quarterback all game long. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give this defense so much credit because they've done a really nice job on the back end in coverage, but they've also been able to affect his rhythm with a solid pass rush, and you saw it right there getting the sack.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on 3rd down.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking left. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I mean, some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Tells the play fake, lost a throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Turns it upfield. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line. Just keeps slinging it. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Rush is on. And he's sacked. Great work there by the... From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference.
The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
Setting up the screen. Turning it on. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Long way to go on second down. Pulls it on the option. Picked up 8 yards there, third down and 2.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the 4th down to keep the drive going.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Now the pitch. They stop him in his tracks, and they'll head to the other side of the field. This rivalry has a deep and storied history. Plenty of memorable moments. Here are a few of them. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the catch. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to establish the run. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So that was a 10. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it. Receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Fires left. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Oh, pressure's coming. Complete to the left. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Tells the run, wants to pass. They get to him as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Looking to throw again. Wide open downfield. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The Wolverines have this offense rolling. To the back. And And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Snap in the shotgun. Pulls it in. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going. Way to get...
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. From the gun, hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds a man on the left. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And now that completely changes the thought process for this offense. Like, you're thinking, don't make a bad play, don't turn it over, understand I might have to punt the football. Now you flip the field position immediately, looking to be aggressive to get some points before the half.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Wolverines come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Looking to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out.
And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. The run inside. It's Stoneburner. He just threw his nose right into the middle of the pile and was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Buckeyes, hoping that the clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 8-1 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC. Now over to your game inside the Big House. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Michigan State plays out.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the 3rd quarter, they'll try to answer here. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. The fake wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. They are just working that left sideline. Excellent footwork that time. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Grbac, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
Rides to the back. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Rush right in his face. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on 1st down that just goes awry? They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Going for it all. He's got it inside the 25. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. The Wolverines line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan! Great job by the back on the option. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Here comes the Spartans offense ready to go to work. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the gun. Under pressure. Going to throw it over the top of the D. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Drops back on first down. Left side is Stoneburner. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs going up top. In traffic, it's Peace.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Big noise, big house trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. And he won't make it to the marker, stonewalled for the second straight play. Snapped on fourth down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's over. Like, plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
Quick spin on the ride. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. Timeout taken by the Spartans, their first of 3. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Wolverines come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Hand it to the back. Maybe some room here. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Now the Spartans calling their third and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9. The Wolverines have a nice little cushion in that Paul Bunyan trophy almost within their grasp.
Sparty can't quit, though. This game means too much. In the rivalry, in the conference play, in recruiting, Sparty now has to dig deep, and they've got to fight back. Just takes one play, David.
Yeah, and these guys are a bunch of underdog guys, right? These guys are the ones that are talked about in this rivalry as inferior to Michigan all the time. You got a chance to keep fighting, showing what's inside your chest.
And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Out wide left, it's Peace. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Got to make the play on fourth. They're all over him. He's got it in more than enough for a first down. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time. Sees a crease. Worked his way ahead for a pickup of about 6 yards on the play. Clock stops. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. Trying to get the corner. Quarterback keep. They'll run it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Second and long here. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Sends it back in motion. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And what a great play right there by the pass rush, affecting the QB's rhythm, David. He didn't have a chance to throw that on time. They forced him to scramble. Everything broke down. He tried to go get it himself, but you saw the speed catch up to him, bring him to the ground, and the defense, they win it for their team.
Just great job taking away the initial read, right? Like he wanted to throw the football. Great initial coverage. Then it breaks down a little bit, and now you got to chase. You got to play that second play. They do it masterfully. In a big moment, man, they chase him down, they get to the QB, and they call game and walk out of here with the W.
Ready! Red 80! Red 80! Hut, hut! Here we go! Ready! Red 20, hut! Down! Ready! Blue 8, set hut! Ready, ready! White, hut! Down! Ready, hut, hut! Down! Ready, hut, 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 hut! Ready, hut, hut, hut! Ready, hut, hut!
On the banks of Lake Washington, it's Husky Stadium. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. It's the Michigan Wolverines and the Washington Huskies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline where she is keeping a close eye on some injury news that's unfolding.
Hey guys, I caught up with the Huskies head coach before the game. They have a lot of confidence in their backup this week. He was able to come in for their injured starter last week and have a very productive game. They like...
Washington will kick off as this one gets started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Michigan's offense will get first crack at it today. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
What a start by this defense. That is exactly what you need, man. They've been a little bit hit or miss. They've been a little bit up and down. But to start the game on a high note, get the good mojo going, great.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll give it on the counter. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. On play action. Unloads it left. Hauls it in. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped right there.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna let it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right. So here comes the Michigan offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Play action on first down. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown.
He's going for the goal line. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And that's a great stop by this defense. Second down and goal, getting the lost yardage play, now putting your defense in a better position for third down.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Wolverines! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Throwing right. It's caught downfield. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
If you're going to complete some of these deep crossing patterns, the offensive line has got to be able to hold up because that receiver, it's going to take him time to get where he needs to be. So everybody up front really has to do a nice job of creating a clean pocket for the QB to throw from. Really good execution.
Don't always have to get rid of it quickly if you have that type of protection and enough time for a receiver to run that slow-developing route.
No doubt. He comes across the field. There's going to be a time where he's going to
go to the end zone. It's picked off. Made a defender miss. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Look out! Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Stepped out of bounds right at the 17-yard line.